Hi everyone, and welcome to Raspberry Rock ASMR with me, Alicia. When we first came to the property, we knew that there were lots of raspberries growing throughout. And we also noticed that there were some tiny green leaves, almost like ground cover, extending throughout the property. And we're very curious as to what these kind of plants were. We soon discovered that they were actually wintergreen leaves. I'm not too sure how many of you are familiar with wintergreen, but it has been growing in these parts for centuries. The indigenous peoples have been using them, and they're considered as a healing herb. They're also known throughout North America in such states as Atlanta, Georgia, and in Canada they can also be found in Manitoba, Alberta, and Newfoundland, and of course here in Ontario. So today I thought that I would talk a little bit about the benefits of wintergreen and what a magnificent plant this can be for you if you do come across it in your journey of well-being. Wintergreen is also known by other names, such as teaberry, checkerberry, burberry, and of course wintergreen. You may not know, but it is a medicinal plant that can be found in everyday items such as toothpaste, mouthwash, lip balm, and also used as an oil, specifically in aromatherapy. So you could put a few drops in your aromatherapy diffuser and you could have a lovely minty scent. I like the mint scent because I think that it is somewhat refreshing and invigorating to my mind, particularly if I'm feeling a little bit headachy. So speaking of those medicinal benefits, wintergreen can also help with headaches, ailments, inflammatory. And I've also been thinking that with the abundance of wintergreen here, that I would explore and do some research as to how I can make it into a salve. So that way I can rub it on my achy joints. Wintergreen can also be used as an adjustive aid. So if you drink it as a tea, or you could possibly chew on the leaves, that might help you in digestion. So you can liken it to peppermint leaves. And just by squishing the leaves, you can smell that pepperminty smell. I'm sure that you're all wondering, well, she's talking about wintergreen leaves. What exactly do they look like? I have a little sandwich bag here of some dried leaves that we collected in the fall. They're brown now, but perfectly fine to use. So, as you can see, they're a small little leaf, and in the summer they are actually a nice deep green glossy color, but we also have found some auburn colors, somewhat like the dish here in a terracotta color, and they can have little red berries, which we can also put into tea. They are perfectly safe to digest, and as well, they might have little white flowers. I haven't seen those yet on the property, though. So now that I've spoken about wintergreen, shared with you some of the benefits and the medicinal properties, I thought, well, why not make you and me some tea? So come along with me. I invite you at this moment to join me while I make some wintergreen tea. It's very simple, as you'll soon see. So what I have here are the leaves. And when I make tea, I do find that having a nice teacup just sort of sets the mood for me. So I purposely picked out these teacups that remind me of the cabin because they have evergreen trees, and we have an abundance of those on the property as well. And they're frosted, so they've got this lovely texture. Don't know if you can hear that. You'll want to take at least, I would say, 5 to 8 leaves. And then you'll want to gently squish them and crush them up between your fingers to release some of that minty medicinal properties that are inside the leaves. Just sort of releases them and just drop them in the cup. We'll take 5 more leaves and do the same thing. Now we'll take our boiling water and gently pour it into the cup. Take your spoon and gently give the leaves a swirl as they steep for at least, I would say, 5 minutes within the water. You'll notice that as the leaves begin to steep and swirl around in the water, that they may gently float to the bottom. To me, that's an indication that it's time to sip your tea. So now the tea is ready to drink. And I wanted to take this moment to have a bit of a chai chat with you about tea and being with your tea. So what do I mean when I say be with your tea? I think part of it has to do with being mindful about really how you consume your tea, coffee, lemonade, or any beverage for that matter. Think about possibly the person that picked the coffee beans or the wintergreen leaves in this case, and the care that they may have taken to pick those leaves, and then the journey that it took to get to your point of destination where you actually make your beverage. And then once you make your beverage, how do you look at it? How do you think about it? How do you feel about it? Really explore this time with your senses. Hold the cup in your hands. Feel the warmth of the cup against the palms of your hands, or maybe it's ice cold tea. Okay, so that was just a little bit of an interlude. That was my dog Willow making herself comfortable for tea time. And then take pause. So that was another interlude. And that was my other dog, Junebug, breathing out a relaxational sigh as she slumbers for a nap. As I was saying, take pause and look within your cup. Look at the liquid. For me, beyond the leaves, I can see the water, and in there I might catch a reflection of myself staring back. And what does that say to me? What does that mean to me? Now bring the cup up to your nose and deeply inhale the scent of the wintergreen, or whatever it is that you're drinking. I can smell the mint. It's starting to make me feel invigorated and refreshed, and I haven't even taken a sip yet. Now begin to bring the cup up to your lips. I know with my particular tea it is quite hot, so as I bring it up to my lips, am I shivering within delight? Am I anticipating the liquid that's about to touch my lips? And then take a sip. Feel the warm, hot liquid travel down your throat, deep within your belly, and appreciate that warmth, or maybe that coldness that's enveloping you. And how does that make you feel? For me, right now, here at the cabin, it's the middle of March, and it just warms me. It makes me feel comforted, makes me feel somewhat safe. For me, that's what it means to be with your tea. Taking pause for you, a moment of reflection, a bit of mindfulness as to where this tea came from and where it's going to. Wishing you a wonderful rest of the week, my friends.